Welcome back, everyone, to the My Take Hoops podcast. Today we have on five-star prospect, top 25 in the class of 2021 and Texas A&M commit, Manny Obaseki. Welcome, and how are you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. Thank you for having me. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. I know you just had a game last night. We'll get into that in a minute. But how are you feeling? You rested up?
Yeah, man, I'm feeling pretty good. Got a good night's sleep and, looking forward to watching some film for the next game and, how I did last night and just moving forward and getting some work in.
Awesome. So like I said, this is a very conversational podcast, very informal, just going to have a dialogue. So let's get right into it. You played last night on national television against Keontae George in the iSchool of Louisville. What are your feelings and takeaways initially after that overtime win?
First of all, I'm just blessed to be in the position to play on TV. It's always been my dream to play at the highest level and just to do it on that type of platform and at that stage. It was great. It was really cool. And I had fun. So
your teammate, Jalen Tyson, had a stellar game, especially in the first half. What can you say about his performance and then your relationship with him?
I'm really happy for him, because he puts in all the work. He's been waiting for this day. I've known him for a long time, and just to see him flourish and being able to do what he did, it was really fun to watch. And I'm me as a teammate and as a person, I just love seeing everybody succeed and being able to experience a lot of what I've experienced as well. So for his time to come and for him to shine the way he did, I'm just happy. I'm just really happy for him, and I'm glad he was able to do that.
Yeah, and he's going to Texas Tech. So when he fouls out of the game right before overtime, what's your mindset for the rest of the game? Because thus far, he had been the guy to go get you guys a bucket. So what's going through your mind when he fouls out?
I think just me staying calm. I don't really ever try to get phased whenever things go left and we need something to happen or whatever. You just got to stay poised and in the moment. I knew that I was gonna have to be able to try and get us buckets to keep the lead and stuff like that, and make plays such to up my other teammates and stuff like that. And I think that's what I knew I had to do. I knew I was gonna have to do that once I saw him walking to the bench. So. And that's something I've been doing all season. So, it wasn't really anything new.
Okay, yeah, awesome. I noticed that when you play, you are poised. You got your head right. Is that something that you've always been like? Is that something you step on the court and it's just business?
Yeah, I'm really blessed and thankful for the people that brought me up. My godfather, Kevin Jones, he's the one that taught me this game and how to play it the right way. And, he taught me all about the fundamentals and in being able to be a good player, learning how to do the things the right way, knowing when not to do something. And, that just comes natural to me, just being able to have a good feel for the game. And, even though I can score on all three levels and I'm athletic and I can play defense on the other end, being a point guard and leading the team and being that extension to the head coach is really important. So I feel like that's something that just comes natural to me.
Yeah, and mindset is a huge part of basketball, like especially at higher levels. Like when you're young and then you're a standout kid, you don't really have to have an advanced mindset. But when you get up to higher levels, high level high school basketball and then college basketball, if your mindset's not right, that is what can separate you from being an NBA player or just being a good college player.
Thanks.
So you transferred to John Paul II this year, correct?
Sure.
And you guys have just gotten back on the court in the past couple months.
We thankfully we haven't been able to have any COVID situations or problems, so we've been able to play pretty much every game except for the ones that had to be canceled from other teams.
Yeah.
So we've been on for about 4 or 5 months now.
So how good does it feel not only to be back on the court, but also to be seeing success?
I was going crazy during quarantine, literally. I couldn't. I couldn't wait to get back on the court, and me being able to play basketball is just that thing that's always been there for me. And it does so much for me, and for me to be able to, come back from that long break and through everything else that was happening and all that stuff, it was great. And of course, being with a new team, new teammates, new coaches, and for us to be, winning the way we are right now, and which was expected of us because not only because of last year, but of the kids that we have now. It's really relieving to see that, and and then of course other teammates are getting their shine too, and that's what really matters is everybody having an opportunity to um, do something and prove themselves. So I think that was a pretty good thing for me.
Yeah, and especially I think that was seen with the game last night. You guys really showed up, and and being on, like I said, national television, you have to show up. And John Paul is such a great program. So I can understand where when you do start to see success, it can be relieving. Because do you feel pressure in the situation you're in, or not really?
I don't feel pressure. I just I'm already hard on myself a lot about things, and for me to just add more pressure on myself wouldn't be fair to myself. So at the end of the day, it's just basketball. So I just try to come out and just play the game that I fell in love with, for a long time. So I don't really feel pressure.
I like that response a lot. I think you're one of the most underrated playmakers in the class. So where does that ability to find and create for others come from? Is that something natural to you? Because, like I said, it looks effortless on the court.
So yeah, it feels natural because I just do it, and then of course, me being able to learn from a lot of people, especially the ones that started me up, my godfather, Coach Bud, a lot of coaches that I've gone through, a lot of my trainers, and them being able to help me understand the game, how to play it. You know, even coaches from my hard work squad like Coach Lupe, Coach Casey, Coach Booman, that great program over there. I think they're Nike now, but they also contributed. But I would say my godfather helped me a lot with learning how to read and getting to spots and just learning the simple small things. And then a lot of it would have to do also with like me watching film. So I've for a long time I've just watched like highlights of and game film of not only myself but other players. Just studying the game as much as I can, and I've been doing that for so long. And you kind of put everything together, and then my mindset, just learning how to be effective without scoring, because I got that down. So therefore, if I can get that down and be able to create for not only myself and other teammates, that's what could really make me special and help the team out. So I think to answer your question, I think just a lot of things, it all works together, and it's helped me become a really good playmaker.
Yeah, and I like the point you make about watching film. I think there's a common misconception out there that some of the top players don't have to watch film or don't have to sit down and study the game. Like, I think to put that to rest, the top players are the top players because they're students of the game. Obviously they're blessed with natural talent. You can't deny that. But if you're going to be the top of the top, you got to be a student of the game.
Exactly. That's facts.
So what is something during this pandemic that you've really been working to improve upon?
So I've worked a lot on my shooting and my confidence. I'm still working on my confidence in that. But I've just put a lot of hours into my shooting, being able to be a consistent shooter. Because I know I'm a good shot maker, but to be a shooter, I'm not really there yet. And then my confidence has to catch up with that. And then on top of that, my body. I've been working on my body a lot because I'm really skinny. I got a small frame, but I have so much to grow on because I have broad shoulders. I'm a little tall. I'm long, and I could do a lot, especially on the defensive end too. So just me being ready to get my body into the right frame, and gaining a lot more muscle and strength. I think I can, if I can do that and just fill myself out, I'll be a problem. And especially in college and the pro level too. So I think those things are really important.
For sure, yeah. And can you detail a little bit about what your strength training is like, what you do, maybe not on a daily, but like weekly basis to build up your strength?
So I work out with this guy named Coach B down in Plano, and he we work on a lot of upper body and lower body, and then on top of that, it's a lot of mobility, mobility work, agility work. It's pretty much everything in one. I mean, it's the best. I mean, that's all you can ask for. And he's been helping me get right, especially during the summer after quarantine. I came in there and I just, came with the mindset like I got to change my body. And I feel like I did that to an extent, and I feel like there's so much more for me to do and grow on with that. So, a lot of footwork, outside work, hills, sand. I mean, it's everything. So it's very detailed, and it's fun, because you're getting better. So
Yeah, and again, another misconception I feel like is these top players don't have to do that. And for whatever reason, I feel like people have that mindset of these top players are just born with it. Like, that's just so false in my mind. Like, you say, like, you're working out with sand, you're working out your whole body, you're doing agility work. Like, all of that has to happen to be a top player. And I just don't think that gets enough attention in terms, because like you see a top player, you're only seeing the highlights. You don't see the behind the scenes work. And I think that's something that really needs to come to light.
that's true. I mean, I feel like nowadays it's, everybody feels like if you make it here or make it there, you're good, but it's a long-term thing, especially for those that are really serious that want to make something out of it. So I agree with what you said right there.
Yeah. And for you, obviously you want to make something out of it. What does getting to the NBA and seeing success there mean to you? Like, what's that goal mean to you?
I can say that me getting to the NBA is just a small stepping stone to that. Seeing success, but not only that, me being able to help the team, be something to the team, and on top of that, like getting that second contract, third contract, fourth contract. That stuff's important to me. That's what I really focus on, and with that comes adversity. Even what I'm dealing now in high school and what I've been dealing with for the past 3-4 years. It's just you just gotta keep working, and the decisions you make are for the long run, not the short run. So me being able to see success would be the most important thing. Becoming an all-star, MVP of the league one day, like that's something that I really strive for rather than just making it there, because everybody can make it there. All the top 50 players you see on these rankings, top 100 players, they can make it there. Everybody's good. It's just you got to separate yourself and learn how to stay. So I think that's why going to A&M was a smart move for me, because they know how to do that.
Yeah. Let's get into that. So you're committed to Texas A&M. How was the recruiting process overall? And can you detail kind of what it's like to always be in contact with these coaches that are interested in you? Because so many kids, the majority of kids, will never have that experience. So can you put into words just what the recruiting process was for you?
It was beautiful. It was stressful, but I was every day I woke up, I just felt blessed, because it was just like kids are dying, kids are losing all types of things, and they don't really get to experience what I'm experiencing. I'm just very blessed and highly favored, and I just never try to take it for granted, because I don't know if you heard about it, but it was Zayon Collins, right?
Yeah.
That situation.
Such an unfortunate situation.
But just like that. So
Right.
It's just like you can never take it for granted. You just have to you just have to stay grateful. And it feels good, because knowing that your hard work was paying off, and even something. And the crazy thing was like I was just never. My dream was never to play like college like that. Like it wasn't like college ball and then that's it. Like, of course it's NBA, but when I started, it was kind of weird. It was like I started seeing like how important college was, and being able to play at that, and the significance. And so, I'm extremely blessed to play and have an opportunity to play for a school that believes in me, and I'm excited, because it's not a lot of kids are able to do it.
Yeah, and gratitude is something it will get you a long way. That is something that, if you can be grateful for the circumstances you have, no matter what you do in life, whether you're a basketball player, whether you're a business major, anything. Like if you're grateful for the situation you're in, your life perspective will be incredibly more positive than other people's. And that's something I'm trying to get better at going into 2021. I feel like I always have something to complain about, whether it's school, whether it's like life circumstances, but that's something I'm trying to get better at, is just understanding that there's always somebody that has it worse than you. So being grateful for what you have is huge, and it can really change your life's perspective in my mind.
Yeah.
So what made Texas A&M the place for you?
So mainly just because of the family atmosphere they have over there. They were at Virginia Tech the year they played Zion, and they were in the Sweet 16. They lost by a point, and you know, the way they push you and the way they want you to be great at everything you do, especially as a person, that stood a lot to me, because a lot of these colleges, other colleges, they don't really care, about what you do as a person. They just want you to go out there and perform and do all that. And some they don't even have any player development to help you with that. And A&M, they have player development. They're gonna get you right. They're all about work, and that's something that stood out to me, because that's all I want to do is work, and that's all I've been doing. So I feel like those things, really contributing to my decision. And then on top of that, their play style, they just want me to come in and be a dog out the gates. They feel like I can produce early and help this team, and get them from where they are right now. So I feel like that was really big too.
Yeah, and they're on the rise. They're having a pretty good season. I haven't been able to watch too much of them, but I know that guys like Andre Gordon are definitely seeing more success in his second year. But yeah, they're definitely on the rise, and you guys got the 22nd ranked recruiting class in the nation right now, and you're going to be joined by Wade Taylor, Ashton Smith, and Jevonnie Scott. What's your relationship with those guys, and do you also have any relationships with the players that are at Texas A&M now?
Yeah, I do. Wade, I've known Wade for a long time, and he's one of the best guards I've ever played against. And I'm excited to play with him, just mainly because he's a competitor just like I am, and he's a really good dude. Along also with Ashton. Ashton's a really good dude too. He has so much potential, bro. Like, people don't really understand that. He has a lot of upside in his game, and I'm excited to see what he becomes too. Jevonnie, I'm just now getting to know Jevonnie. He's he's a dog. Like, he can hoop, and I'm really excited to go against him in practice. Because I know that's gonna help me, because he's really big, really strong, and I haven't really gotten to that point yet. So for me to go through that is gonna be really helpful. And yeah, Jackson Robinson, that's the main guy I really talk to. That's my dude right there. We just talk about the future and just how we just need to keep working. He's been through a lot up there already, and he's just been talking to me, and I've just been talking to him, and we've just been going back and forth on what we can do and how we're going to change that culture up there, along with the guys in the recruiting class.
Awesome. Yeah, and he reclassified, correct? He went there early.
Yeah.
Was that something that you were thinking about for a little bit, or no?
No, not really. I was just focused on my senior year, just wanting to enjoy it and give myself an extra time to prepare myself. Even though a lot of them wanted me to go early, I just and it was also my family. My family thought it would be best for me to stay.
Have you been able to enjoy at least a little bit of your senior year? I know COVID has shut down a lot where I'm at in terms of schooling, but have you been able to have some enjoyment from your senior year?
Yeah. I'm just, a lot of these kids, a lot of their years are over. I mean, it's pretty much like, the University Nevada just closed down their season. And a lot of kids, a lot of seniors, even class of 2020 last year, the way that went down, it was bad. And, I'm just glad that I'm able to play some basketball in my senior year. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was class of 2020, and obviously this does not compare to anything basketball. But yeah, we lost the end of our senior year, didn't get to have graduation or anything like that. But I'm glad that you're at least able to be grateful and play basketball. I mean, that's tough times right now, but to be able to still play is a blessing, I would assume.
That is.
So looking forward, what is your goal with the Aggies next year?
I want to win an SEC championship. First thing first. Texas A&M, they're mainly a football school, and not everybody really pay attention to basketball. Last time basketball was good was when I call him my big brother DJ Hogue was there, along with Admon Gilder and them and Robert Williams. That's when they were really popping, beating UNC in the Sweet 16 and stuff like that. And I want to just flip this program around, kind of like what Buzz did with Virginia Tech, and I just want to help us get to that NCAA tournament and just game by game, get to that national championship and win one for Aggie Land, and come back to College Station and represent not only them but my family, my teammates' families and stuff like that, and ourselves. So I think that's something that we're all working hard towards and looking forward to doing, and that's one of my goals.
Yeah, and SEC is loaded, at least this year, and I'm sure people will stay. That's a tough conference, and you've got to be ready from the jump to get there. Big Ten is probably the toughest conference this year, but SEC is loaded with talent, and it's only going to get better. So if you were able to win an SEC championship, which definitely can, because there are more than 5 teams in the SEC this year that can compete and win, and anything can happen come tournament time. And that's, I think, is something very important with college basketball that people need to understand is once March hits, it does not matter what you did before. It matters who shows up on the court that day. Yeah. So aside from basketball, what's something else that you enjoy doing?
So I just like hanging with my friends and family. I try to keep my circle tight, and there's certain people in my life that have made a huge impact, and I just like, being around them. I like going to the movies, watching movies is cool. Taking walks with my parents, my mom and dad, spending time with them, especially since I'm about to go to college. Being around, just good people. Because, I really don't do much. I just hoop, I just work out, and, go to school and stuff like that. And, but I can say I also like to write a little bit. I like to write in my free time, just write things down that I feel like that's on my mind. And, I've been also reading a little bit as well. So those are, a couple of things I like to do in my free time.
Awesome. I've got some follower submitted questions, if that's cool with you. All right. So Zane asks, who wins more one-on-one games in practice, you or Jalen Tyson?
He'll get me. He got me sometimes, but when I get real serious with him, oh yeah, raps. You know that.
Jansen asks, what inspires you to play, or what do you play for?
Whew. So I remember when I was younger, and I wanted to always. I saw, I grew up hooping at the rec center. You can even ask Jalen, Jalen, my god brother Kyle, Corey, all those people, my brother, my blood brother. We grew up playing at this rec center, and literally, I remember seeing the big kids play, and I wanted to play with them, and I tried to play with them, and I would always either get picked last, or people would make fun of me and say this and that and this, and I just told myself I never wanted to feel that again, and I just stayed at that rec and kept hooping for years and years, and 5th, 6th grade, people started saying I started getting good, and it just went off from there. And I'm just playing, and what inspires me is how a lot of people don't really have that opportunity to be seen or be looked at, or they just want to feel special or important or needed, or someone that can make something out of themselves. I've always wanted to prove that I could do something, anything, and be really good at it. And even kids that are unfortunate, kids that don't really have, the resources and stuff like that, I do it for them too. I try to represent my family because, they've done so much for me. And, I I would be darned to see them disappointed or unhappy, and I want to do everything I can for them. Especially from where I'm from. I was born here, but I'm Nigerian, and representing my country over there would, that's really important. I have a lot of friends that are Nigerian here, even not even just simply Nigerian, just Africa. A lot of Africans here. We strive to be the best every single day, and that's what's gotten us here. And also just for the people that don't really have a lot of motivation or courage about themselves, I do it for them too, because it's like, you don't know what somebody's going through, and you don't know if you're part of that, you're that piece or that somebody that can help them get through that. And it's been crazy because it's a lot of people. I never expected it, but a lot of people have told me that I've helped them get through this. I've helped them get through that. I'm the biggest inspiration to them. Not even just being fans, just I see them as people that, that I know I can help, and I've been helping them through this game, and me just being the best I can for myself, because this game has helped me in so many ways. It's gotten me through dark times, and I'm just trying to give it all I can back, and I want to play at the highest level and I feel like I can. I know I can because I just work, and that's just what it's been from day one. And no matter who's against me, whoever wants me to fail, because I know people want me to. I know people don't really believe in me yet or whatever, and that's fine. But I'm just here to hoop, and do what I love to do, because this thing is, this was one of the first things that I could call my friend. Like, this was something that was there for me, and like without it, I don't know what I would be. Without it, I don't know. I wouldn't be on the call right now. I wouldn't be, I would just be by myself, just with nobody. So, without this game, I don't know what I'd be doing. So and I try to inspire other people, through the game, and it's just be about being a good person too, just caring for others, and I think that's something I'm really big on. So things that inspire me, and looking up to a lot of pro players that I've, like Emmanuel Mudiay. He's, I talk to him a lot. He's, like a big brother to me. DJ Hogue, those type of people. I want to be where they're at right now. Like, I want to do that, and they tell me I can. They know I can, and me being able to put on for the city that I'm from, Allen, Texas, and the country that I'm, my heritage is from, and stuff like that. It means so much to me. So that's what really inspires me a lot. And there's so much more I can go into detail about, but those are some of the things that inspire me.
That's a fantastic answer. It definitely sounds like basketball is much, much more than just a sport to you. And I think, and honestly, man, that is what can take you to the next level. You're going to have unbelievable motivation. And so if you have that motivation, there's no doubt in my mind that you reach your goals if you have that type of motivation. There's so many top players, again, that don't either that just go through the motions or don't like think about why they're playing. And if you have that motivation, you will succeed in literally any facet of your life. I really enjoyed that answer.
Thank you.
So that's pretty much all I really have for you. Thanks for taking the time to do this. And I know you're really busy, and I know you just came off a game last night, so it means a lot that you're able to sit down and do this. Best of luck on your basketball journey, and I also just appreciate you supporting the page. Do you have any questions for me or like any last remarks for the listeners?
Just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Dude, you're gonna blow up, to even more. I'm really a big fan of your work, and to everybody that's probably watching or listening or will, just keep working. Don't stop dreaming, and continue to try and be a good person, because we need a lot more of those right now, especially what's going on in this world. So, that's really all I gotta say.